Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, and this is probably my favorite part of the entire show because I get to stare into the camera awkwardly. We start today's show off by talking about cameras, and most notably this camera, the new GoPro 3. Announced for pre-orders last night, the new GoPro Hero 3 brings great new improvements to the most versatile camera in the world. The new camera has built-in Wi-Fi, which allows you to control and monitor the camera remotely on a special app from your smartphone, and now it's capable of shooting up to 4K resolution. Unfortunately, this is only at 15 frames per second, but you can shoot 1080p at 60 frames per second or 720p at 120 frames per second for cool slow-mo shots. The camera can also be connected to a new touch LCD back, allowing you to easily navigate through the menus and such, or you can attach an optional extra battery pack to give you longer battery life. This is great because with the new 64 gig capacity on board, you can record for a long time. The new GoPro 3 comes in 3 flavors, a white edition for $200, the silver edition for $300, and the black edition for $400. Each has a few different features, the black edition being the most feature-packed edition that you can buy. So if you're looking for a new little camera for those awesome sporting activities or whatever you really want, I highly recommend you check out the GoPro 3. As for myself, I actually recently just bought, as in last week, the Hero 2, so I'll totally be sending that back and picking up the new one instead. Thank you, 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, from fun camera news to OMG, an Apple event is coming soon. Yep, that's right, Apple has announced that they'll be holding a media event on October 23rd to announce something cool. All they said on their invites was, we've got a little something more to show you. A little something like the iPad mini. Many rumors about this product have basically hit the peak that they possibly can at this time. So many pictures online and information about this product has leaked out, so it was inevitable that Apple would announce it. The new iPad mini is expected to have a 7-inch display, which is smaller than the 9.7-inch on the regular iPad, and it's expected to have a new Lightning connector dock that Apple seems to be all the rage about these days. I have to say, personally, from owning the iPhone 5 for around a month now, I think it's a month, I can't really remember. Anyway, having it for around a month, the worst thing about the phone is the stupid connector. There are literally no accessories that work with it, and I find myself carrying around the USB sync cable with me everywhere I go. Now, don't get me wrong, the connector is great, but I wish there were more accessories that worked with it, or Apple's converter accessories weren't so freaking expensive. So beyond that little rant, because I could go on for days about it, Apple may also have something else up their sleeves. It's been reported that ever since the 15-inch MacBook Pro with the Retina display came out, Apple has been working on a 13-inch model as well. Well, looks like Apple may announce that at this event too, and it's something a little more, so it would fit just perfect in this area. So we'll all have to wait and see what happens on October 23rd, but of course you can stay tuned here, don't leave, because you know I'll be talking about whatever they announce at that event. Okay, so we go from talking about a cool new camera for all your sporting needs to a new iPad, which will be cheaper and more ergonomic, and a new MacBook Pro. So what other cool tech can we talk about today? How about this? It's not gonna fit in your pocket, but in a few years it could be making traveling by air faster than ever. This crazy picture of a model of a new plane that NASA's working on will transport passengers faster than the speed of sound. Now you may be thinking, Curtis, they did that before. It was called the Concorde. Well, yes, they did, but that didn't work out too well in the end, and this plane design has one thing that makes it way better than the Concorde. Its supersonic boom won't be so super. If you have no idea what that means, then don't worry, because I'm here to explain it. When a plane pushes past the speed of sound or sound barrier around 700 miles per hour, it creates a large booming sound. This sound can be very loud to the people on the ground, so breaking the sound barrier over populated areas is not a good thing to do. With Concorde, since its major flight route was over the Atlantic, the plane would just break the sound barrier over the water, which was fine, but wasn't a great solution because you could never fly supersonic inland. That's where this new plane design comes into play. It's able to push past the sound barrier with a much smaller boom, something that the people on the ground would hardly notice in comparison to the current sound of a jet aircraft passing overhead. This would mean it's possible for a passenger aircraft to travel supersonic inland, making the trip from LA to New York in just a few hours. But of course, this is still in its testing stages, and there are no plans as of yet to build a full-scale plane, but hey, in the distant future, we may all be traveling around the world faster than the speed of sound. This brings us to today's question. Talking about traveling around, do you enjoy actually flying, or would you like an alternative, let's say like a super fast train network? Tell me in the comment section below, or of course you can let me know on my Facebook page, Twitter, or Google+. Links to all that and more in the description below. And once you're done commenting, why not click the subscribe button in that corner? Then all of the newest episodes of Now will get sent straight to you. Then you can click the like button because you like this video, you like the content in it, or you like me. One of the three. I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now.